Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today, Andrii is going to go through my intercultural quiz. We'll see what he answers. Are you ready?
I'm pretty excited.
Okay, let's start with the first question. What do you think is the meaning behind the maple leaf on the Canadian flag?
Ben voyons. Meaning behind the maple leaf.
Yeah.
Maple, syrup, tree.
Okay.
What's the right answer?
I don't have the answer. I wanted to know, what do you think?
She's Canadian and she doesn't know the right answer.
No, but you've given a good answer. But what I want to know...
logical?
It's not the right answer. It's what do you think is the meaning of it? Which country had the worst food you have ever eaten?
The worst food.
Yeah. And I'm talking not like this country had the worst meal, like one time. I want to know in general, the worst food. You were like a place that you were almost all the time disappointed by the food.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not kind of person that is very spoiled in food. So I'm very okay with any type of food in any country, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So there are more things, much more things that I like that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no country that I disappointed in food probably anywhere in this world, to be honest.
Okay,
but
if you had to choose one.
If I have to choose one that I visited before, and I say that this is like the worst food, even though it's not the worst, don't get me wrong, this is good, but like...
Nobody's gonna be insulted. So.
We taken like the worst from the best. I think it's Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, it's only Putin that I love.
Okay.
And nothing like, okay, there is also smoked meat.
Mm-hmm.
But we're limited by this. This is it.
I'm surprised because you were looking at the map. I thought you would say Colombia. This means Colombia.
No, I think that
there's nothing in Colombia.
Colombia is not too far from Canada, but it's like there is still more variety of food than in Canada.
What was your most chaotic airport experience?
Cancun, Mexico.
And tell people why.
There was completely chaos, but I don't think that this is because of the airport. The airport is pretty good in Cancun, but it's because of the airline. So we just flew with a Flair airline, and the measurements of our bags just didn't fit into these metal boxes. So we had to get rid of half of the stuff that we took with us on the trip. And there were some people that actually staying and waiting in front of the terminal because they knew that when the Flair airline taking the people for the check-in, a lot of people are gonna throw away their stuff, and those people just like trying to, okay, don't throw the stuff, just give it to me, I'm gonna take care of that. So again, nothing against Cancun airport, but my worst experience was there.
What is something you had to adapt to from my culture?
Probably I had to adapt smiling more to the strangers and not being just poker faced all the time.
Yeah, and then people are like, is Andrii okay today? Next question. In which country did you have a language barrier that led to a funny situation?
Je sais pas. It's like, in which country I have... Because of the fact that we're traveling either in Spanish-speaking country, French-speaking country, English-speaking country, we're just like, we're okay. So there are not a lot of this situation when we're just like, this is ridiculous, what is going on?
No, it's a funny situation.
But I think it might be in Argentina, because one time I went to cut my hair alone in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
And I have literally zero knowledge in Spanish, and the guys in the barbershop has zero knowledge in English. And we were trying to communicate with a Google translator, and it was ridiculous. Because I think that those guys also didn't write the words correctly in Spanish, and I received not the correct translation in English. So I'm answering them something, and they just like, we didn't ask you that, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it took 15 minutes just to understand what we want, even though I showed a picture of my previous haircut and how I want to cut my hair, but it was ridiculous. That was like the hardest haircut in my life.
With a language barrier?
Yes, with a language barrier. And like I was trying to use the French words because I know that French language is a bit closer to Spanish language.
Yeah, not sure it really helped.
Yes, I'm not sure that really helped, but it's still, I tried my best.
What's a habit from my culture that you have embraced?
Okay, I think that the main habit that I got here in Canada, to be kinder to people outside your own bubble. because in Europe there are lots of situations when people just not really kind to strangers, and when you receive that negativity, you a bit also becoming meaner and ruder to the outside world. And in Canada, it's not the case. I think that people are very welcoming to strangers, immigrants, everybody, because they are kind. So this kindness, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we have work on your poker face too, and your way of telling things to Canadians. Don't be like, what did I do wrong? Nothing. It's just him being normal.
Yes.
What's a Canadian expression that confused you at first? Or something Canadians would say that was confusing?
In English or in French?
Well, it could be anything. It could be English and French because Canada is bilingual. So.
Okay, well, it's not about expression. It's about like how sometimes I'm asking like, what the distance from Whitehorse to Carcross? And then people me saying 2.5 hours. Like, distance? 2.5 hours.
It's more 40 minutes, I would say. Whitehorse Carcross, but yeah.
I hope you're getting the point, right? Because it's not a distance, it's time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a bit confusing that people saying
we do not know our distance in kilometers.
Yeah, distance in hours, not in kilometers in Canada. It's a bit...
Or in minutes, if it's close.
C'est bizarre.
Yeah, okay. If you had to live in a country you've never been to, which one do you think you would enjoy the most?
Japan.
You think that living the rest of your life in Japan you would
enjoy
the most?
Wait. This is not about like just experience for a couple of years or months?
No. This is
rest of the life.
This is moving, so you become your permanent residence.
Wow, okay.
It could be Japan, I was just telling you.
No, I think at the end of the day, Japan is like drastically different from my culture and from the culture that I know so far, like Western culture. So it's like I need to transform myself from the zero. So no, Japan is too much. Well, maybe might be boring answer, but maybe New Zealand.
Which part of your personality do you think has been shaped by your travels?
Interculturalism.
Can you explain that?
Being open to the world and understand that like different cultures mean not that people doing something wrong. It means that they
do something different.
Doing something different, yeah. Because sometimes people don't understand when they sit in their own country, never crossing the border, and just surrounded by their own compatriots and only in their own bubbles. People think that the other things that exist in this world, this is wrong. It's like a couple of times we've got different comments under our videos when people just like, how is it possible that it's not common in the rest of the world? Well, probably if you leave your country and see how the rest of the world lives. Yeah, this is what I meant by interculturalism. I think that being intercultural and embrace these qualities very
being open-minded.
Yeah, being open-minded is a very good feature and privilege. So I highly recommend guys to be intercultural and love this world. Okay, let us know guys if you love the second intercultural quiz. Give us some comment in the comment section, what you like, what you don't like. Hit the thumbs up and put the notification bell, and see you next time. Ciao.